Easy. Ready?
Ready.
Let's go. Saludcita. Let's go, Cesar.
Let's get it.
Vámonos. How you living?
Toca el podcast.
Tocó
Ready,
podcast. Bro? Miércoles de podcast. Miércoles de doble jornada de Liga MX. Miércoles de Champions.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of champions. De todo un poco. Ahora sí. Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back. Episode 125.
Yeah.
Yeah, ahí le llevamos. Welcome back, folks. We almost are getting to our Turkey Bowl in a couple weeks. About three, almost 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't already seen that, definitely come out to Hollister and hang out with us, vibe with us for a good time. Don't forget to subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening to. We are still growing. Our plays are going up, so we appreciate that. We need that subscriber count to go up so we can hit over 200. I think that's our next goal. Twitch, we just hit 40. At 50, we get affiliate. We could start doing some cool little graphics y toda esa madre that I like doing to make it really fun. So jump on there. Cesar streams EAFC. I almost called it FIFA again. I just talk whatever highlights or whatever I missed on the week. I try to watch it. So it's a good time. Come and hang with us. We got some good content. But yeah, welcome back, folks. Like we mentioned, jam-packed agenda, Champions, Liga MX. Premier League is still going on over the weekend. My Arsenal struggling. I lost a bet to Cesar.
Let's go.
Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0 over the weekend, and I was in Yosemite.
For real? And you said nada. I just I was gonna text you or something, and I see your location, Yosemite. Este
güey ni me invitó ni me dijo.
I'm dead.
No, yeah. I mean, I've been super stressed with work lately, but thankfully my wife planned a really cool trip out to Yosemite. We're celebrating our engagement. Nice. So last year, right around that time, was when I proposed in Yosemite. So we went again. This is the first time we camped inside of the valley.
Okay, cool.
So it was really cool. It was hella cold. It rained one of the first night, but we just put a little tarpa, una lona on top of us, and it was good times.
It was Saturday morning. It rained here as well.
Yeah, he was.
So it must have been the same over there with you.
Yeah, I woke up around maybe 3 a.m. or something, and because we put a tarp on trees on top, over us, it sounded pretty loud from the las gotas from the tree. So I was like, God damn it, that's hella loud. But we woke up and nothing around us was wet, so we were able to chill. But it was good vibes. If you guys aren't going to Yosemite, if you've never been, I recommend it. Go touch some grass, touch a rock, look at a rock. They're beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah, Yosemite. I've only been there once back in 2016 or something like that. But I need to go again because I know it's beautiful.
Yeah, there's so much to do. We've been multiple times, but you're not even close to 20% of the things that you could do done. Waterfalls over here, waterfalls over there. There's the whole Tioga Road is the big one that takes you from one side to the other side of the Sierras. There's a whole bunch of stuff up there that's closed once it starts snowing. There's Glacier Point on the other side, and then the valleys in the middle of both of those. There's so much to do.
Damn, yeah.
Get on out there. Touch some grass, folks. But yeah, like I mentioned, we could kick it off with Champions League, porque había mucho de qué hablar. Ahí sí, no jugó tu Newcastle.
Ahí sí, but over the weekend.
We'll get into that. But what did happen in Champions League, I want to start with the funniest, and also kind of the saddest, because they dethroned first place. First place was Aston Villa, surprisingly. John Duran, probably one of the best players of the tournament so far. But they dethroned them. Club Brugge did it.
Las Club de Brujas.
Who you were
in español.
Who you were saying last time, you were like, no, Aston Villa can go undefeated. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, me callaron el hocico,
yeah,
dicen.
Te hicieron la maldad. Yeah, so it was a 1-0 win for Bruges. They were able to hold on after the one goal. The one goal, did you see?
Yes.
Came off of a major gaffe, a huge mistake by the keeper and by Tyrone Mings.
Yes.
It was terrible.
It was funny. It was comical to watch. But it's the typical where the goalie puts it down. I guess Debo was like passed it to Tyrone Mings, and
Yeah,
Tyrone
get in
Mings,
play.
yeah, thought it was one of those where like the defender puts the ball on the line to take a goal kick to the goalie. Y lo hay como que misunderstanding, and he touched it with his hands, right?
Yeah.
So it was a penalty.
And usually a defender tries to disimular, no, to be like, hey, no, why I didn't know? Like, he gave me the ball for me to take it out, right? Yeah. Gabriel Magalhaes with Arsenal, with Raya, had a similar play earlier in the season, I think, or maybe last season. I don't remember when it was, where Raya put it down, tapped it, así in one motion, and then that one was a little bit more believable because it kind of crossed him, so he looked like he was like going for it to start, which I think maybe convinced the ref that there was no foul play. But he went and grabbed it and then put it down and then started. And everyone went up in flames. Twitter was all crazy. But this time he got caught slipping, unfortunately. Tyrone Mings got with his hands and the ref didn't touch his heart.
Yeah.
He could have been nice about it.
Yeah, but that's why I like the ref. The ref had good like interventions throughout the match before that point, and I was like, "Yo, this ref is like, it's good. It like good yellows, good fouls to call." And like when he did that, I was like, "Bro, like that shit's a PK. No se tocó el corazón," and that's straight to the point, cabrones. Es un penal.
Yeah, es infracción, cabrones. Vámonos. Sí. But I was like, dude, like the ref could have easily been like, "All right, cálmate todos," like. Come on, it's a goal kick, all right? Like, I don't want to get involved and give an opportunity, like a fucking free shot to the other team.
Yeah.
Just because of that. But he's like, vámonos, menso. Le tocó de su medicina al Dibu.
Sí. But I mean, overall, the ref did go check VAR. Y pues ahí.
But like, what do you?
He double checked and he's like, no, eso sí fue penal. Porque el Dibu put the ball down, se paró el balón, wasn't in motion. Yeah. And then he passed it. It was like a diagonal pass at the enfrente.
It looked very intentional.
Very intentional.
Like, you look, like, my boy, you put the ball in play.
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of coaches are teaching, I mean, at the youth levels, to be like, we're in, right? Like we're playing, right? Like, if you kick the ball in or you throw it in from a throw-in, somebody's yelling, we're in, we're on, come on, pay attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's not that communication between Debo and him, then Tyrone Mings is not going to know if he meant that as a pass or like to take it out.
Yeah, he made Tyrone Mings look like a fool there. Like he put him in such a bad spot.
Tyrone Mings is getting tore up on social media.
Yeah.
I saw a whole bunch of memes que lo iban a madrear y que like they hate him. He's coming back from an injury too. Like
he's
barely.
a good center back. He's
solid.
A veces he has his blunders, but up to that point he was doing well.
Yeah, I think that's what he's been kind of known for. Solid play, but then some blunders, but nothing more than solid play.
Mm-hmm.
Aston Villa, I think, has gotten better since like his major injury that he just had. Like I think before that they weren't top of the league type vibes, and now even without him, they're killing it. And le tocó a él, and now people are kind of calling for him to dip. They're like, hey, we don't need you anymore, bro. Like, don't fuck that
Came
up.
from Bournemouth, right? Yeah,
and I mean that's rough. Your team is top of the table. You're barely getting back out there. The team's gotten better without you, and you royally fuck it up, and you're not undefeated anymore.
Yeah.
Está cabrón. I thought they would have been able to score, pero pues no se pudo. Another match. We got Manchester City. I think the biggest upset of the entire week. Manchester City losing to Sporting Lisbon 4-1. The homeboy delantero Gyökeres, who does the freaking Bane celebration with his hands. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
He does like a mask, almost like Dybala. Like,
oh.
He makes like a
Swedish fool, right?
He's Swedish. He's not like, he's a wonder kid. Not a wonder kid because he's not young, but he is the biggest sensation now because he's scoring at a rate of almost like one a game for Sporting Lisbon since mid of last season. So he's tearing it up. But he's not like new to the scene. He played at Brighton for a bit. He played at like
never debuted though at Brighton. He has 0 appearances.
But,
and then he went to St. Pauli's, Swansea City, Coventry City. So been in the lower tiers of.
But it's interesting. He started tearing it up at Coventry. He has a pretty good scoring rate. And then like you probably got him not that
super
expensive. And then now his foot mob, his market value is like in the 60s. And I'm like, and those forwards be going for crazy if they're a killer.
Yeah, especially if they're hot.
Yeah, Sporting Lisbon is about to get a freaking arm and a leg for they're gonna charge so much for him. I think he has 46 goals in 49 matches, I believe.
His price is 70 million euros on.
They're gonna charge more than that too. They're gonna charge more. So there's memes of him holding Haaland by a chain like in GTA.
Yeah.
Because le enseñó cómo hacerle. He's like, hey, bro, like, and you've been struggling lately. Yeah. This is how I get it done.
And he missed a PK that game.
Haaland missed a PK off of El Travesaño. Very un-Haaland-like. I don't know if I would get into it too much, like what's wrong with him? Like, is he okay or something? I think he's fine. City overall is in a slump. They just lost to Bournemouth in league. Mm-hmm. And then you go away to Lisbon. It was away, right?
Yeah.
And you get smacked in the mouth. It's a tough team. They're doing well.
They're doing really well.
And it's in their home turf. And their players came out to play. Maxi Araujo.
Scored. Let's go.
Ex-Liga MX star, ex-Puebla.
Ex-Puebla. Les mandó saludos in the post-interview at both Puebla and Toluca.
Damn.
Insane.
Camotero, let's go. The pride and joy of Puebla. He's balling out.
Throughout that whole match, like, you saw the game, and it just felt like Sporting, even after the 4-1, they wanted more. Yeah. Like, tenían un hambre de ganar. They're like, yo, we're in our moment right now. Let's fucking go for them and get more and more. I mean, 4 already to City is a crazy number. It's really surprising.
Yeah, I mean, two penalties. Like, Gyökeres, homeboy, scored 2 penalties. He had... Yeah. The 1-1, the tying one, I think he got a really good breakaway 1v1, and that like he hit the Ozil chop at the ball to make it go over the keeper, and I was like, hermosura, cabrón! Wow, that's like a striker that knows how to kill. And but I mean, 2 penalties for the other team is a bit unlucky. City, I think City got a goal taken away towards the end, or they wanted a penalty and VAR didn't give it to them or something. So a bit unlucky draw, but when it's not going your way, even the best, even City struggles.
Yeah, I think they're still missing Rodri. Like, they miss him a lot. I think Kovacic is a decent enough player to play that role for City, but at the end of the day, he's not Rodri. So
for real,
they miss him a lot.
Yes, for real. And the coach Ruben Amorim has been confirmed now going to Manchester United. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people were making memes that he's going to do the same thing with United versus City, that he's got that winning versus City blood in him. Portuguese coach, very young. He's only like 38, 39 years old, attacking minded, but against City played pretty defensively and al contraataque. And he said in an interview after the match, he said, United can't play as defensive as Sporting Lisbon. We will need to adapt. And I was like, damn, the script writes itself right Let's here. Go. A ver cómo le va with United. I saw some funny pictures that had that they were throwing. I don't know if it was after the City match, but that they were lo estaban alzando, like the team. Mm-hmm. And then they put it side to side with Ten Hag with Ajax, that they were celebrating him the same way. Yeah. Right. So it's tough when you've been burned by who you think is like an amazing coach or forward or whatever. And then you try to find another amazing coach and you're like, pues va a salir o no? Because the last one was dope. Yeah. Y no resultó.
Yeah, I mean, maybe under the pressure, we'll see if it'll be the same Ruben Amorim or would it be somebody else? Because, I didn't think Haag was really good with Ajax, like we said. And then under the pressure, he just folded. Right after he got fired, he didn't even go to his family's home. He just went straight back to Netherlands, to Holland.
Damn.
And it's like, that pressure in Old Trafford and Manchester United, the institution of itself, like, a la mejor can break, coaches. For sure has broken many coaches. So we'll see. I don't know. This guy seems promising, young, attacking. But at the end of the day, like, los jugadores que tienen ahorita a la mejor won't fit his style. Or it just won't be enough.
Yeah.
Right? So we're just going to have to take it step by step.
He's definitely going to want his own system, his own players, right? But I'm sure he'll get along with Bruno Fernandes being Portuguese, Casemiro being Brazilian, speaking Portuguese. I mean, Ten Hag, in all honesty, I feel like they kind of bet a lot on Ajax with him and with Anthony, and it just no les resultó. More than anything, I think it tells us maybe a bit more about Dutch football, right? Just because homeboy could do fidget spinner moves in the Dutch league doesn't necessarily transition to 20 goals and assists in a season in the Premier League, right? So,
But I mean, Erik ten Hag did have that Ajax team, didn't it? The one with De Ligt and Frankie de Jong and
yeah, but I mean, a lot of those players también no están resultando. The Ligt is barely coming back up, and he brought him to United too.
yeah, that's true.
And Anthony, not so much. I mean, Edson, I wouldn't necessarily categorize him as like a major success in Premier League. If we'll talk about it in a second, but he just got his second red card of the season. Yeah, but we'll see what Ruben Amorim can do over at United. Next match, we got Real Madrid. They lost to AC Milan 3-1. Another upset there. What's going on?
Real Madrid, like I said, Real Madrid is just hoping they can outscore the opponent because defensively they're just terrible.
Set pieces too, de donde sea, les meten gol.
And this is an AC Milan who didn't do so well in the previous Champions League matches.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to who did they lose to at home?
They had started off losing the first two, and then the last two they won now.
Yeah, so I mean, AC Milan no es un equipo que digamos, like this team is like really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it just shows that, Real Madrid is just in shambles. Like there's nobody that can be. El único que se puede salvar is Lunin, porque los demás are just not functioning well together. Mbappe just is not doing anything that what a striker should be doing. Vinicius is doing his fucking fiasco again, trying to do
damn for real.
Fucking like that shit that you do behind you.
The flicks.
Yeah, the flicks. Or
But
like flopping or like just doing random ass shit.
I mean, benefit of the doubt for Vinny though, he is the most dangerous. Like I when I'm watching the matches, Mbappe only seems dangerous to me on counters.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny, like in the ball, like isn't even at his feet. He's just beating people to the ball or like pushing the ball forward. Y vámonos a ver si me alcanzas. But Vinny is more involved in play, in my opinion, and inside of the box, he's a lot more dangerous with the ball.
He caused that penalty, to be fair to him.
Yeah, so like I still see him cooking, even though hace unas mensadas, right? So like that he tries to do a little bit too shiny of a thing. He like faked a foul trying to get a penalty on another one. Yeah. So like, I mean, I think they noticed the struggles too, and they're like, all right, I need a pen. I need something else because no están saliendo las cosas. Even Bellingham's not the same Bellingham anymore.
So frustrated. Yeah. Like there was an offsides que lo agarraron offsides and he's like, fuck off or something like that. Towards the ref or just towards the general area or in frustration because nada le está saliendo. And like even the defense Militao looks terrible. Rudiger looks terrible. Like that whole back line hace agua.
Right before we started, I think Mendy put out a statement or like I saw it trending that he had a statement out. I don't know what he said, but I'm assuming he's probably getting a lot of criticism and he's just not having a good time. Football-wise, he's not having a good time. Neither is Lucas Vázquez. The whole back line. I think the only salvageable one is Rudiger, but it has to be with a good rest of the back line. So no le veo nada. But the boy, Christian Pulisic, he got an assist like 10 minutes in off of a corner kick. He's cooking.
Yeah, some people were saying that, why doesn't he do this at the U.S. men's national team level? Huh? And then some of the replies are like, well, who's going to header those crosses in? Like maybe it's not a lack of the service, right?
Yeah.
It's more of a lack of attacking the ball or attacking that service or making the most out of that service.
It's just a different thing. It's a CONCACAF baller on what should be Milan, an elite European squad. It's completely different than your U.S. men's national team squad. Like, and even at the World Cup, he's the one that was cooking everything, right? También, so like, también que quieren que haga, like, bruh, against the Netherlands, do you want him to freaking take all of them and Van Dijk incluido? No manchen, también.
Yeah, but Musa also had a really good game. I mean, both of them are just one of the top players out of CONCACAF right now.
For real. Yeah, they're all getting every minute basically there, and they're showing up big for them. The team that's not showing up big today was Leverkusen. They are no longer never losing. They lost 4-0 versus Liverpool, who Liverpool is perfect at the top. Ni quien los pare.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's not the same Bayer Leverkusen that we saw last season.
No, pues se acaba la cosa.
Se acaba la magia, ¿da?
Law of averages. I mean, like, at the end of the day, you still have Granit Xhaka there in the middle. Like, there's a reason. Like, I don't know. I'm a bit skeptic about some of these players that left teams, and then it seems like a mirage. Like, they're killing it on other teams. And I'm like, you didn't do well in that other team, so va a salir después que no andas muy bien. Like
Boniface last season was killing it. Wirtz was killing it. Frimpong, we would talk about him pretty often. Grimaldo, we would even talk about Hincapié,
yeah,
the left center back they have.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think there's just a lot of footage out now on how Xabi Alonso plays. Every Instagram page was analyzing his tactics and stuff, right? So, like, I think teams are figuring it out. Arne Slot seems to be a pretty good tactician, and he picked them apart. I mean, 4-0, Xabi Alonso.
Chito Diaz with a hat trick.
Dude, for real. And Xabi Alonso coming back to his Liverpool, y pues le dieron la madre.
And they're like, welcome back, cabrón.
I know, they're like, well, he was rumored for the spot after Jurgen Klopp, right? So, I mean, this was Arne Slot being like, aquí estoy,
Yo
cabrón.
fui el indicado, por
Yo.
eso tú no.
A mí me llamaron. A ti no, güey. Your Barcelona, they smacked Red Star Belgrade.
Yes, sir.
Unos 5-2, no? 5-2, yeah. Everyone was scoring, bro. Rafinha, Fermin Lopez came off the bench, and he scored. Lewandowski, I think, scored a brace.
Es todo. Es justo y necesario. 5-2 was the final score. Yeah, Lewandowski with the brace. Rafinha
got a goal. Oh,
that center back.
That header was nice.
Yeah,
that was a good play. I was like, damn, these fools hasta en tiro, like in balón parado, they're figuring it out.
Yeah,
too.
that cross from Rafinha was like exquisite. It was
you
like
whipped that thing in.
Whipped that thing, and it's just for him to just redirect it. That's it, because the pace was there.
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona doing really well here in league. They won 3-1. Like, they're just looking like very strong. Like, they just look. The one thing that I'm noticing more is all their passes seem strong, crisp, y al pie, al mono, in the right direction. And it just seems a little bit more como que les gritó Hansi Flick in practice. Así se hace y así se hace. And that Xavi was just like, no, sí, así.
Es que mira, es así. Yo lo hacía así, ok.
Mira, yo lo agarraba y me daba un golpecito así.
Y luego Iniesta estaba ahí y me la regresaba.
Y luego a veces ni la tocaba porque Messi me la quitaba.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, no, Hansi Flick is like, bro, get the fucking ball. Vámonos, cabrón.
Sí. Y luego what I like,
with
like
intention.
now that you mentioned that, is like, este way is like, of that German, like, you know, pónganse listos, you know.
Blitzkrieg.
I'm dead. And then you have like Pau Cubarsí.
Yeah.
Like 18, 17-year-old, like all of these young kids, they like ready to learn coming up from the second team.
Exactly.
So it's like that coming of both things happening is like what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Like todos están en sus meros moles y Rafinha is there as well, picking it up, saying, hey, cabrón, así te quiero, y está jugando, y Lewandowski igual, y everybody rowing the same way, and fucking Barcelona's ahorita póngame enfrente al que quieran, dice.
Al que sea, dicen.
Yep.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Everything just looks crisp, worked on. Like, se ve la mano de Hansi Flick, which is good. In my opinion, like, I had a note here. I think Barcelona is back. Like,
We're back, baby.
I've been a critic for a good while now. Like, hey, the first 6-7 matches in La Liga contra puro papita. Like, agárrense a uno bueno, cabrones. And then they smack Real Madrid. They've been super consistently strong in Champions League. I mean, I don't have too much to ask for. I mean, like, yeah, I get a stronger Champions League opponent, but in all honesty, I would bet on Barcelona because they're looking strong.
Yeah, the one thing that I do want to point out is Gerard Martin, 22-year-old left back, was because I was like, I saw the first half, most of the first half, and el gol que les metieron era por culpa de ese compa.
Yeah, I remember.
So like anybody that's coming in, tienen que jugar esa línea porque, he's the new one coming in, and he's the one that left their striker on.
That's the tough
So
thing.
it's like,
I mean,
pónganse listos los que van a entrar porque.
that's a difficulty with the high line, right? With a very coordinated back line, is that like, no es de que, deja yo como central, I'm going to go back 2 feet, right? Let me get a little bit. No, dude, you cannot, unfortunately. When you're a defender, if their strikers are very good, you're like, if your back line is pretty chill, like it's just Sunday League or Liga MX, you're like, hey, hazte para atrás, güey, porque te van a ganar, right? They all tell each other and stuff. But in Barcelona, on a high line, you can't. It's a huevo. Either you catch them off sides or they catch you slipping and you got to catch them up.
Yeah.
It's what it is. No, see. And if you have subs that come in like this, like Martin, va a estar duro, and you're playing get chewed out, and the next game they're put Hubalde back in or something.
Yeah, Valdez. But I'm glad he was left there the whole game porque jugó todo el juego. Again, 22 years old, so preparando. Hopefully he takes this as a lesson. So the next time he's called up, se pone las pilas, se pone vivo.
Y puro pinche pretty boy español, güey. No manches, Fermín López, Sergi Domínguez, Gavi, Pau Victor.
Yeah.
No manches.
They're all that same age, bro.
Yeah,
22, 20.
Macías pumping. Most of them were at Athletic, no? Puro,
Yeah. 19, Sergi Domínguez, another center back.
damn.
Como que me acuerdo de ese cuando jugó con la América
No sé. Wow.
in Austin.
Okay, I was like, what the hell? He had to come in because Pau Cubarsi got smacked in the face.
Smacked, bro. Like, Barcelona posted a series of pictures of Cubarsi's face. That shit looked like he just got in a brawl, way.
Parece pinche Chucky.
See, way. It's
Like legit got like cut.
everywhere,
cut,
yeah,
cut.
on his face.
Parece the Walking Dead or some shit. No,
I'm going to post that in our carousel tomorrow.
Yeah. No, pues sí, Barcelona winning. Who's not winning is my Arsenal.
Let's go.
They played today against Inter Milan. They haven't won an away match in Champions League or League. They did beat Preston North End, or whatever the hell their name is, in Cup. But in Champions and League, they haven't won since mid-September versus Tottenham away.
Wow. So they've been losing and tying.
Mainly ties, but yeah, they just haven't won. Yeah.
Wow.
But
But a good thing is that your Odegaard came back today.
Odegaard, I think, got rushed back today because it was the 91st. If Odegaard was good, he would have been there since like the 60th.
Yeah,
But he had a major injury, so he's coming back.
It?
I think it was his knee. But he's coming back. He's the creativity that everyone's saying is lacking. But yeah, he had to come in. He came in the 91st because pues Arteta's like, no le hallo. I think he came in for Havertz for a head injury, for a crash. But it's a bit frustrating right now.
Yeah.
With the Arsenal, I think.
Because
I think Arteta is catching up, getting a lot of rejects from other teams.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Gabriel Jesús se le está viendo mucho que nomás no.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling, pues, ¿qué haces ahí? I mean, Kai Havertz is the one que sí está sobresaliendo, doing really well. But I'm just like,
Zinchenko.
yeah,
It's like
he came off the bench.
he plays.
That's where I'm just like, okay, like you're getting huge results from a Calafiori, from a Timber, from Trossard, right? Trossard was the top player at Brighton.
Yeah.
Timber was at Ajax or wherever the hell he was. Calafiori was a freaking monster at Bologna.
Yeah.
So, like, bet on these young players that are studs somewhere else. ¿Para qué traerte al güey que ya sabes que no le fue bien?
Like, I know City lost or whatever, both in league and in champions, but like a player like Savinho, who's young, Brazilian, like, why not bet
sick
on like players like that? Like South American, coming up players, or even like lower league in the English system.
I think Savinho would be cool. could fight it out with his Brazilian teammate with Martinelli. A ver quién se hace.
Which you were mentioning that
me
really
gusta.
frustrating.
He's frustrated right now, man. So Arsenal, tall task this weekend against Chelsea, who's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's away.
Oh, at Stamford Bridge. Let's go.
Ahora toca ganar, ahora sí quebrar the curse. The last one in Champions, a good amount of stuff that I wanted to call, but the last one, PSG, Atletico Madrid, 2-1 Atletico Madrid at the end. We were all talking smack in the Discord. Ese Atletico no trae nada.
Nada.
The backline, Axel Witsel is 35. Come on.
Yeah. También Laporte is the other one? Or?
No, it's who are you talking about?
Lenglet.
Oh, it's Clement Lenglet. He's like 29, but rejected from Barcelona and from Tottenham.
Yeah.
Y hasta de su casa, yo creo. No, he was at Aston Villa, and he never broke through.
Yeah, I mean, he gave a really bad, like a blunder, because like it done like pickpocket. Y 1-0 para PSG. Pero the funny thing about PSG is que dale contra el portero. Hakimi had like 5. I swear if Hakimi was like a good wing back or right back that would finish, he would have had like a hat trick easily that game. And even that last play where Atletico Madrid ended up winning, it was like came off of a really bad play that ended up in the goalie's hand. Y ese way mandó a Griezmann, of all people, he got it. Sent a beautiful cross to Correa. And then he just did what he did. He scored.
Full Correa has been a beast lately in
Coming
the
off
final
the bench,
minutes. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, I hate that fool for some reason. But, like, está resultándole de talismán. I'm just like...
Ese güey que, I forgot about him. He scores.
Because, I mean, in past seasons, like, I used to also like Atletico Madrid growing up because I never was a big Barcelona fan. I liked them in their moments. I liked Real Madrid in their moments. But I always liked Atletico Madrid, the underdogs. And then once they started bringing in this new wave of like all the Argentino players that they're starting to get now, I'm just like, dude, that dude sucks. As a starter, he's terrible.
Yeah.
But now le está resultando de cambio. He's figuring it out.
It's such a PSG way to lose that game.
No, for real. No está bien. So let's take a quick look at the table in Champions League. Just at the top, Liverpool, Sporting, Monaco, and Brest and Inter are the undefeated teams. Oh, no,
Brest is undefeated también.
Brest is undefeated. They have 1 draw, but also undefeated is Atalanta. They just have a couple more draws. But yeah, who would have thought Monaco and Brest that Ligue 1 would have 2 teams in top 4 and it would not be PSG,
yeah,
any of them. But yeah, no La Liga teams in top 4, only 1 Premier League team in top 4. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at the final games, and PSG has a pretty tough rest. I think there's like 3 games left.
Mm-hmm.
They play Bayern on one of them, then they play Leipzig, and then they play, I think it's Atalanta, the last one. And it's like...
I think there's 8 total, so they might have 1 more.
They might have 1 more, 4. But they're out of...
Yeah, they're
currently... All of them.
They're currently the first spot, 25th.
Yeah.
Outside of even the qualifier matches, which is crazy, which is like freaking 15 teams.
Yeah.
That's crazy. PSG is pretty surprising there. Stuttgart, I thought, would be a little bit stronger. Girona, tanto desmadre que hicieron so that they can play at the same time as City, and they're struggling in Champions League.
Leipzig is 32nd, while Salzburg is 30th. Like,
Leipzig is probably the most surprising hasta abajo. En Bologna, no, hombre, Bologna.
Eso los desmantelaron, though, after last season.
The players plus, what's his name? Not Inzaghi. What's his name? Thiago Motta.
Oh, Thiago Motta. Yeah, Dinamo Zagreb up there, Celtic up there, Lille up there. Like, those are pretty...
It's good to see some new teams. And
yeah.
it's a with this different format, they get the chance of playing the weaker teams that sometimes we get the groups that are really strong versus really weak. So I like it so far.
Yeah, right,
all right, folks, let's bring it to the Premier League over the weekend.
Go.
Like I had mentioned earlier, Newcastle beat my Arsenal 1-0. I owe Cesar a burrito, so I'll get that over to him pretty soon.
Ciao.
But Arsenal just looking so freaking impotent, man. No pueden, no le hallan, no le. I watched it on our live, folks. Subscribe to us on Twitch if you haven't. We're almost at 50 followers. Bro, everything through Bukayo Saka. And that's it. That's the game plan. Because there's no Odegaard. Para distribuir. And what's his name? Trossard doesn't do the same as Odegaard. Nobody there in the middle can do what Odegaard can. So it's just like, okay, let's like not even fake it to the middle. Let's just go all the way wide to Saka. And he whips it in.
Yeah.
It's like Martinelli's not even alive on the other side.
Yeah, and like Newcastle plays really defensively and esa garra que tienen cuando defienden, especially Bruno Guimaraes, loving to tackle and then celebrate after. So it was always going to be tough.
Él hace and you love it, pero cuando el pollo briseño does it.
No, pero él está en la pinche Premier League, güey. No manches, pollo briseño se lo hace a Santos, güey.
Y pues, ¿y qué, güey? Déjalo.
Newcastle se está haciendo a Arsenal. Come on.
Even Manuel Sol on the Telemundo coverage was like, after he did it, he's like, pues ya, to his commentator homie, he's like, pues ya ves, ya se celebran las barridas también. And I was like, bro, I'm dead.
No, sí, pero I mean, mi Newcastle le supo saber cómo atacarle to Arsenal y, hey, we got the win.
Uno y ya, a defenderse.
Y lo que dijiste es last podcast, que easiest burrito of my life, y era lo que pasó.
It was supposed to be, man.
Clip that shit in right now.
I know, for real. Fuck. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
it should have been, but Arsenal, like I said, nomás no se le ve nada, no se le ve como. Like, they're just waiting for Odegaard to come back, but this is where they should have made up some points because Manchester City lost to Bournemouth 2-1.
Yeah.
No goal from Haaland there either. Guardiola scored their goal, so it's a couple matches now for Haaland with no goal. So we're all thriving in fantasy still.
I'm not, because I haven't. But
no, I am.
I haven't switched it out. I think it's been like 3 weeks, so I have 3 slots to kind of change it a bit.
3 slots?
Or 3
transfers.
No,
it maxes at 2.
Oh, mamadas.
Not the chingaste.
No, chingue.
You see?
No, I need to put work in that one because in the draft I'm doing all right.
Yeah. The only thing that frustrates me is that Bournemouth won, but they didn't play Julian Araujo at all.
Yeah.
Give my boy some minutes.
Smith has been doing pretty well, to be fair. He's our captain as well, so.
Yeah, estufas.
Sí, está dura la cosa ahí.
I was pissed because Semenyo was player of the match, and I think player of the week in the entire Prem. Oh, and I have him on my bench in fantasy, like in the budget one. But like, I mean, también, who would have thought like, oh yeah, let me start the Bournemouth player against freaking City.
Yeah.
También, ayúdenme por favor.
No soy adivino de.
You see, probably the biggest surprise of what's going on so far in the Premier League is Nottingham Forest being in 3rd place. Historically, great club. They have a Champions League under their belts, but we haven't heard of this success in a while.
Yeah.
But to be 3rd place in this league is crazy.
It's crazy. And it's by the Kiwi.
By Chris Wood. ¿De dónde salió ese güey? No
ese
manches.
Revivió, se fue a Burnley, revivió y ahora lo trajeron aquí. Está dando de todo.
He's literally scoring like a goal a game.
Yeah. He's scoring pretty much every match. And then they look great, honestly. Mm-hmm. They look pretty well. So a ver cómo les va. There's still a long season to go.
Yeah, so he scored his goal. They got a win in that same match, 3-0 over West Ham. Edson Alvarez got a red. Y ese güey nomás anda tirando hachazos en la Premier League. I think I've said it before. Somebody told him, like, hey, they play physical there. And he's like, I got you.
No sabes de dónde vengo, güey.
No, bro. Tiene que quitarle el 10%, el 15%. No, hombre. Yeah. A yellow card every other game. Así, disimula, güey. Escóndete así.
Damn, imagine if, like, there's, like, a betting thing going on behind the scenes. Por eso saca muchos yellows.
Hey, tiene que tener cuidado. Right now they're catching everybody. They caught some fool from Flamengo.
They did.
Versus Vasco da Gama, I think.
Where he got like a stupid ass yellow, huh?
Yeah, it's like one of those typical Brazil Serie A plays where like Jefferson Soltero, the little fool, he took it to a corner y venía como tren este güey, enojadísimo. He goes, vámonos, and he whips it at him. and they march the foul. He gets the yellow, and then he talks smack to the ref, and he gets the red, and he goes muy calmadito.
Ya me voy.
And what happened is his sister and like his brother-in-law or something created accounts, and they made a whole bunch of bets that he would get reds, yellows and reds, and then they connected the two, bruh. You just gotta make 2 and 2 equals 4. Vámonos.
Yeah.
¿Qué se creen? Hackers o qué chingados? No, Edson, you better not be doing that crazy shit.
I swear it's like easier. Just make it under somebody else's name. Like, how do you get caught that way?
I mean, I'm sure they can track it by IP address. It's got to be more complex than just your. They didn't just look at the account. They're like, same last name.
Let me look at their zip code, debit card.
My research equals the name and then Facebook and then related to the soccer player. And that's no. They probably put Juana La Cubana as the name, and then they just do IP address lookup, and they're like, from the favelas acá up in the hood in Brazil. Hoy tiene un hermano.
Es ese güey.
Ya te cachamos. Right. Then you're screwed, man. Don't do that stuff. The one thing I wanted to go into before we get back into Liga MX, we got a hate watch section of the pod. Boca Juniors versus Godoy Cruz just happened right before this. Their weird start times, and Boca Juniors won 4-1.
Damn.
Gago's first W with Boca Juniors against Godoy Cruz, who's also mid-table with them. Cavani scored. Who else scored? I don't know who Brian Aguirre is. But Cavani, who's been going viral because he gets pissed off on the bench when Gago takes him off, gets his goal.
Yeah, he does. He gets mad. But he's been scoring lately. He scored in last weekend's as well, their loss.
They haven't won.
Like 3-1. Yeah, but he scored today, right, against Godoy?
He scored today, and they got their first win. La Gagoneta, y ahora sí prendió. Ahora sí van para adelante. But we don't want them to do well, y'all. Jump on the hate train. We got to hate watch those matches. So let's move to La Liga de Mexico. It's jornada doble. There's matches yesterday, matches today. Your America is playing right now. I think the majority of matches right now. Give us an update. ¿Cómo va la América?
2-1 ganando against Pachuca.
Who scored the 2-1? The second one?
I have it right here. Let me refresh. 86th minute, Alejandro Sendejas and Alan Cervantes, the youngster, getting those 18 or under 23 minutes.
Alan Cervantes is not under 23.
Is he not?
No, that's the fool from Santos. He's like 26. He's their center mid. Milagro, the one that looks like a rugby player.
Oh, he is 26.
Mira, güey, no mames, soy brujo la tiene.
He was at Chivas too.
Canterano de Chivas.
Damn. La cosa.
So your 2 goals today, ¿de quién vinieron?
De las Chivas.
Gracias. Dime gratis. Me des un burrito. Ya quedamos. Ya estamos bien.
Hey, you guys no los aprovecharon, eh?
I mean, bro, look at that full play, and you're going to be like, no, pues, mejor lo manden para atrás de Chivas. But he got you guys the...
Guadalajara, León, Santos, and America now.
He maybe got you guys...
He rarely scores, bro. He scored 1 in 150 games for Santos and 1 in 24 games in Guadalajara.
Yeah, but I mean...
He has to be in a good team.
There's locker room goal, 46th minute, but Pachuca's kids, como que no les llegó el gas, como que no... I mean, Pachuca's known for beating America, especially when it means the most.
Yeah.
Right now, Pachuca had the chance to spoil the entire season for America, make them be bottom 2 in the play-in, so that they would have to play... one match and then a second match and then you start playoffs, but it didn't work out that way. I mean, they got like 5 minutes left.
We're 6th right now with Atlético San Luis tying.
Yeah, so they are 2 points ahead of Chivas as of right now.
Vamos.
My Chivas over the weekend, they tied versus Pumas 0-0 and they beat Santos 2-0.
That was a snooze fest, by the way.
You watched it?
I saw some of it, and it was like so boring, bro. Like, ¿qué hacen aquí?
There was like nothing going
Apaguen
on.
las luces mejor.
I don't think anybody wanted to lose, is the thing. I think they're like, hey, we're both in. Like,
just cálmense.
Let's not draw blood.
No nos vamos a un antro después.
Y sí, ¿verdad? Sí. Ahorita a Coyoacán, ahorita vamos. Sí. Tengo un bar, tengo una mesa, ahorita vamos. But they beat Santos 2-0. With that, they are currently in 8th now that America moved up. The one thing I did notice in both of those matches, they haven't gotten scored on since the weekend. The coach, this interino that's there, is playing with the back line of 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Chivas. 3 defenders, pure defenders, y dos carrileros. He has Mozo and Yael Padilla wide.
Jesus Christ.
So he is working. I mean, they scored 2. They haven't gotten scored on.
Wait, but this is what I was gonna tell you. You guys played Santos and you guys looked really bad. Yes, you guys won. Yeah.
Didn't look that bad.
But defensively, the goalkeeper saved like 3 1-on-1s.
He did save a good amount.
And it's like if Santos had better forwards, if Santos was a better team in general, you guys would have been exposed. It kind of reminds me of how you guys felt after that Juarez game, and then you guys played America. It's the same thing. It's like if you guys cannot get your shit together, I think you guys won't be champions this year.
Yeah,
this season.
I can see that point because tiene que pegar esto, right? So it's a different format now that they're doing 5 in the back. They have one of the dudes that we saw play with Tapatio here.
Then Wilke.
So him at striker.
Yes.
But center back is one of the guys. His name is Luis Gabriel Rey. Oh. So it's him with Castillo and Chiquete as the 3 center backs that stay and defend. And the dude was playing well. He hizo un pinche errorzote, way that he like gave it to them to just get a breakaway that Tala stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, like this fool needs to put his feet on the ground, like figure it out in Liga MX first. And they're getting lucky that they're not getting scored on. So we'll see if this helps out offensively with the 2 high wingers.
Which Alpa ended up scoring, right?
He scored at the very end of the game, which is great. He's putting the trust in the kids.
Yeah. Hormiga went back in for a few minutes. The minutes that he did have, I think he came out in the second half.
Yeah.
He had a good game as well. It's like he had un remate que le sacó goalkeeper Acevedo.
The double save, no?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of easy because it went straight to Acevedo. se la encontró. It's like, wait, like you had the whole thing to fucking aim at. You aimed at the goalie.
That fool hace de más, too.
Sí, güey. Dude, he's so annoying to me as a goalkeeper. Pero at the end of the day, like, okay, you guys won 2-0. Moral boost. Errores que se tienen que corregir. But at the end of the day, I don't think you guys will have enough, both defensively and offensively, to have a meaningful run in La Liga.
Yeah.
This is as objective as I can be.
That's going to be it's going to be tough. Ahorita no se ve mucho, right? I think a good test is this weekend. They play San Luis in the last match that they have. They have to win to possibly get into top 6 and not have to do a play-in. But San Luis is now right outside of the play-in because of America, so they're going to be hungry to win too. Yeah. And these are the matchups that I think are tough for America when the other team has very dangerous couple of players, which San Luis does. Or digo para Chivas. When the other team has really dangerous offensive players, a couple así acá, which they have. They have the crazy fast wingers. They have a really good center mid French player right now. The striker's pretty good. So I guess tienen que agarrarse las Chivas. They have to win. No draws, no nothing. A ganar.
Yeah, porque, I mean...
Because if not right now, you would...
There's no possibility of you not making it.
If San Luis ties, if they tie against San Luis, they would play again.
Yeah.
In the play-in, right? And you don't want those odds. Might as well go out a ganar. Ganar o perder, you're going to be in the play-in anyways.
Right.
Pero ganar, get in, save yourself that time to play, drop America down, make them play the play-in.
Yeah, you guys play San Luis at home. America plays Toluca at Toluca's home. Which America never does well in, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting last jornada.
And their fans are going to be crazy there because they just got a draw that the fans were super pissed about last week. But they're
like second in the table.
They're third. I mean, están exigiendo, güey. They have a crazy stacked squad, but they're about to play Tigres. They're playing right now.
They're losing 2-1.
So they're going to come out hungry versus la América. ¡Vámonos!
Agárrense. Ese va a estar bueno porque los dos andan
Yeah, that's going to be
más
good.
o menos.
That's going to be a really good matchup.
Yeah, América won 5-0 over the weekend against Mazatlán.
Mm-hmm.
And
Todos metieron gol.
todos, hasta Malagoña mero.
It's on a Friday match.
Yeah,
too.
they're winning right now 2-1. So 6 out of 6 in the last 2 games. América looking dangerous, I'm telling you. Like América se está encaminando, está agarrando como corridas, striding in y agárrense que esto va para largo.
I mean, it's a really good past test that they are about to get past Pachuca, which has been tough, and it's in el DF though.
It's in yes, you're right. Yeah,
in la Ciudad de Mexico, which is good for them. It would have been tougher in Pachuca.
in Pachuca, yeah.
But good for them. Now the harder test, Toluca and Toluca.
And I like it.
They have their own destiny.
Yeah, and I like having Toluca a hard test porque te prepara liguilla, right? You are allowed to lose against Toluca, right? Porque then you have liguilla. En liguilla ahí sí, con todo tienen que ir. And sí, ahí sí no puedes perder porque si no te vas para tu casa.
But if America loses and either Chivas or San Luis wins, they jump America. So that's 1 down. So that's 7 and they get into play-in. If Tijuana wins and America loses, or Atlas, no, just Tijuana, Tijuana and Chivas or San Luis, America can drop 2 spots to 8th. So they're basically guaranteed to be in the winners bracket of the repechaje game against the Chivas, against the San Luis, or against the Tijuana.
It'd be nice if we get Chivas, to be fair.
Clásico?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I'll take those odds.
I would take anybody at this point as long as Chivas makes it in. So, yeah, some good stuff coming up in the next couple weeks in Liga MX, folks. Ya saben, se va a poner bueno.
Let's get it.
All right, Cesar, games to watch. Let's go.
In the Premier League, we're going to stay with Newcastle. They play Nottingham Forest away this weekend. We're going to see if Newcastle can continue their win streak. Ya le ganaron a Arsenal. Let's see if they can continue against Nottingham Forest, who are 3rd in the league.
Let's go.
We'll see if they can actually stay there.
Desde La Cuna, Nottingham Forest. Let's go. I got Chelsea versus Arsenal in the London Derby. We got Arsenal 3 matches winless in league. They haven't won away since mid-September in the North London Derby. They're looking up at Chelsea 1 spot ahead of them. So Arsenal's got to come out and switch things up after taking a couple of L's.
Keeping it in the Prem, we're going to go with Liverpool against Aston Villa. Liverpool just destroyed Bayer Leverkusen in Champions League 4-0. And Aston Villa just lost their first loss in a few matches. So we're going to see if Liverpool can keep that winning streak or Aston Villa can get back on track.
Puro John Duran. All right, in the Turkish Super League, we got Galatasaray versus Samsunspor.
Jeez, I thought it was Korean.
The Samsunspor.
Samsung.
This is first place versus second place in the Turkish Super League. So se va a poner bueno. Maybe might have to tune in.
Yeah, in Liga MX, we got América against Toluca. América will be traveling to El Infierno, Nemesio 10, and have a tall task. And this will determine if América is going to be in the direct spots or if they're going to be in the play-in spots for Liga MX.
Aguas con Paulinho, cabrones. Agárrense. Lastly, I got Bay FC versus Washington Spirit in Bay FC's first ever playoff match.
Let's go.
We got some playoff footy, not in the Bay because they have to play away, but it's going to be a tough matchup. They're going to face Trinity Rodman's Washington Spirit, but I think my Bay FC can do it. Let's go.
Vamos Bay FC.
Venga. All right, folks. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like we said, subscribe to us on whatever you guys can. We would really appreciate it. Get the word out about us. We got some fun holiday stuff planned in person, virtual. Keep an eye out because we want to do a reaction to the Seleccion's call-up. We might do that live just to get you guys some more content on there.
Let's go. We'll catch you guys next time.
Talk soon. Peace.